Hey guys, so I got the new One Bella Spirit. This one's the original cleanser, and this one is the toning cleanser, conditioning cleanser. So, get ready. This is what I do. I have a portable hair washing sink. It's inflatable. No, it's not to be used in the beach or the pool. But I believe it works pretty darn good for the washing. Alright. Let's bring it down a little bit more so you can watch what I'm doing. You see me good? See it good? There you go. So we're going to do it. We're just going to use the Bella Spirit cleansing conditioner. I'm going to use only the toning one. How's that temperature for you? Alright, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a wash and set. I'm going to blow out the roots. This is going to be a wash and set. The set is actually going to be set into a style. So you're going to see how I do it. It's going to be a lot of diagonal sections for the roller set. I think you guys are going to like the set. But right now we're focusing on the Bella Spirit by Chaz Wen. So remember, I always like to use a lot of water. Water does the beginning part of the initial cleanse. I'm also going to make some coffee, so that's why you hear the kettle. So it's hot off the presses. So it doesn't have that little tab that makes removing the cap easier, but I'll make do. Oh wow, so yeah, it's definitely pigmented. Look at that. Look at that pigment. Definitely pigmented. So you know it's good. And anything by Chaz for me is wonderful. Anything by Chaz I trust. Because he loves his clients. He is genuinely all about hair health. That I believe. Wow, this is actually feels wonderful. Great slip. The ends feel wonderful. They feel very happy. So remember, you apply a good amount of. Anytime you use Wen, you want to apply a good amount of it. And the proper way of using it is you have to make sure to wet it. That's how it works. A lot of people don't re-wet it and they expect it to just do what it's going to do that way. It doesn't work like that. It's a cleansing conditioner. It's a cleansing conditioner. So it does clean the hair wonderfully. It is very good for the scalp as well. Particularly the tea tree line is very good for the. Let's raise it a little bit more. So, sorry, I'm putting my titty in your face. Sorry. Lean back. So you see, it doesn't lather necessarily, but what it does do is froth. So it'll froth, you know? It'll become very creamy. And you can use a white tooth comb if you want, if you wish. You can. I like to just use my fingers for the most part. Yeah, I love the pigmentation. I'm a Fanola guy, you know what I mean? So I will stay faithful to Fanola. But as Guy Tang used to say, I am a hair product, I'm going to say junkie. I like to use different products. You know, the reality is that not every line can provide you with everything you need for every kind of hair. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that you'll find something that works wonderfully, even on the same kind of natural hair or relaxed hair, whatever. You'll find something that works wonderfully for one person and doesn't for the other. So you kind of want to keep your options open when it comes to that. You know, you want to say, hey, okay, so your hair responds great to this when cleansing conditioner, but with you I have to mix it with this Redken shampoo or Joico shampoo to give it the fullest benefit to your kind of hair. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do believe in mixing different conditioners, even shampoos. You know, you got to find out what works for the person. I feel that you can't go wrong with Went. Another company I feel you can't go wrong with is Redken. Of course, Joico is a really good line. Biolage, Veda. I love them. So, we're done almost with the cleansing part. I did wash her hair this weekend. This is Wednesday, so I had already washed her hair and roller set it and pressed it. You guys saw that was the bonus that we used on the lightning video, part number 2. So this time you're actually going to see me do the roller set for a style. So, you know, you can roller set as a pre-blowout. You can roller set as a pre-press. You can roller set to create the style, which is what I'm doing today. You see that slip? Do you see that slip that it gives? Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so you can roller set to just roller set, you know? Do a Doña Florinda style, I guess. If all those of you that know Chespirito Colorado, El Chavo del Ocho. But roller sets, I do believe, help contribute to hair growth. That's a definite. You know, roller sets definitely contribute to hair growth. Is it too cold or it's okay? So remember, when you're washing off the conditioner, use cool water, as cool as the client can take it, you know? Again, that's to seal in the conditioning that was provided to the hair, into the cuticle, make sure the hair, if you wanted to just do a roller set without even putting any kind of leave-in conditioner, you could do that, you know? You could do that. So today for the roller set, I'm going to be using, of course, the Redken Anti-Snap, Extreme Anti-Snap. I'm going to be using the Wow leave-in. I'm going to use a little bit of the the Farouk BioSilk. And that's about it. And when I say a little bit, like legitimately it's a little bit, I'm not going to use too much. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll come back when I'm ready to start the roller set. Okay, guys? So see you in a few. Hi! So we're going to get some feedback. How do you feel about the conditioner? What were you saying?
I said it feels soft with the conditioner.
It feels soft. I'm telling you. When is amazing. Chaz Dean, if you get to see this video, holler at me. Yeah, so yeah, the owner of that company, his name is Chaz Dean. Lo podemos dar, mami, el televisor. Thank you. So his name is Chaz Dean. He does have his own website. He owns his own salons. He's a phenomenal hair guru, I'll say. And but he sells his products on QVC. Honestly, you can get it a lot cheaper at QVC. They do sell at Sephora, so you can get it at Sephora. But I tell you, your best price. I'm just separating the rollers that I'm going to be using. The best price is with QVC. So that would be my suggestion. You want to give it a go, order. Don't be shocked by the price. For example, a gallon of product comes out to $177. But that gallon will last you a very good amount of time. What else? The 32 ounce, I believe, is something like $64, something like to that effect. But either ways, it's a worthwhile investment. I call it an investment because it's for your hair health, you know? So hair health is essential. So don't forget, we're going to be doing a set for styling. So essentially, I'm going to set the hair. And the way I do it mentally is I imagine that as I'm setting the hair, it's a blowout. You know? It's a blowout and a curling iron. Like, that's how I see it. So I'm going to use the Wow leave-in, which is good for like anti-humidity. I'm going to use a little bit of the BioSilk. Do you guys shake the BioSilk before you use it? I do. I don't know why. I just feel that shaking it kind of wakes up the properties of what you want it to do. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys can tell me what you do with the BioSilk. But I like to shake it. And I have personally, you know me, I like to test things out. I've noticed a difference with shaking it and not shaking it. Now, she particularly does like volume, so I will add some of the Redken high-rise volume. It's called a duo volumizer. Can you see that? There is a blue tube inside of the clear tube. So it's two different things put together. It's a clear one and a creamy one. I'll show you. Look, can you see it? It's a blue. See, there's the creamy that's clear, and then there's the clear, and then there's the creamy. So both of them together, of course you emulsify, both of them together create this wonderful, wonderful volume. I love it. Have you noticed the difference when I use it on your hair? Or not really?
The volume?
The volume.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
It's a lot bigger. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. It provides some good volume. Essentially, I put it to the root, and then I might, pass it through the ends. I'm one of those people, I used to say, but how can you be sure it's going to go to the root? Because you're going there, it might just rub out. But think about it. You put it on your fingertips, and you're going in. It is actually, look, this is what happens. So it spreads. Just that we don't get to see it, but when you have it like this and you're doing that, it is spreading. So doing that, it does what it has to do. All right. So we use those things. I think that should be it. I like the anti-snap simply because it helps protect the hair from snapping or breaking. She does have highlights, so it's good for highlighted hair, dyed hair, relaxed hair. I tell people, particularly with relaxed hair, yeah, you want to make sure you do stuff to protect your hair. So, all right. Get the rat tail comb, And here you go, baby. She's gonna assist me with the clips. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Let me see, is there a way for me to position it so that it can see what I do? Okay, and it's gonna focus a bit. There you go. All right, so I'm going to, it's kind of dark, isn't it, guys? Sorry. Let's see if this will provide a little bit more light. There you go. There you go. Work with me, guys, work with me. Okay, so you can see me better. Let's see if I can do this. It's a little closer. All right. It's a little better, guys. I hope it is. All right, so I'm gonna part it. She likes her hair parted on this side, so I will create the part here. And what I'm first going to do is work around the perimeter. So I'm going to part the perimeter out and separate it. And the reason I separate the perimeter is, of course, to make it make it cleaner for me to work, right? Neater. But also, it'll help keep the part that I'm not going to be working with, it's going to help keep it wet, or at least moist for me for when I'm ready to work with it. You know? Okay, so I parted out the perimeter. So what I do is I'll twist it. Wrap it around. But what do I do with the ends? I make sure that it's tucked in, because you don't want dry ends. Nobody saw that almost fall. And there you go. All right, so now I'm ready. Okay. So I'm doing a diagonal in the shape of a triangle. Okay, so this is how I parted the hair. Sorry. Can you see that? There you go. Okay, so that's the kind of section I divided. And then we start bringing it down. Now you do want to make sure that the roots are pulled as taut as possible. Pick your head up, baby. Thank you. Want to make sure it's pulled as taut as possible, and I do bring it down all the way. If I were roller setting from this way down, pulling it down this way would give me as little volume as possible. But doing it this way, because I'm coming this way forward, and if you notice the way I roller set it, look. I give it a little bit of a bend. I'm trying to figure out where the camera's at. There you go. I give it a little bend. So I indicate to the hair itself how I want it to go. Don't forget, hair is an inanimate object. You're the boss of it. You tell it what to do. It doesn't tell you what it's gonna do. You know? So people are like, oh my goodness, I'm having a bad hair day. No, you have to tell it what to do. What did you use to shampoo? What did you use to condition? How did you dry your hair? So here you go. See, that's the first roller. The roots are pretty taut. See? All right. So what did you do to your hair? How? Because you're the one that tells the hair what to do. You know what I mean? And I'm a firm believer in that. You know, how long did you leave in the conditioner? Did you? Some people like to just apply. Okay, so there is kind of a difference between what's called a rinse and a conditioner, right? So a lot of the things we call a conditioner is actually a rinse, but even the rinses can work like a conditioner. So, do you towel dry your hair before you apply the rinse or a conditioner do you towel dry it before you put in a deep conditioner? Do you know that towel drying is essential to make sure that the benefits that you're looking for from the conditioner actually do come to fruition? Yeah. Read the instructions. A lot of them tell you to towel dry. A lot of them will tell you to towel dry. So, are you following those instructions? You know what I mean? It's important. It's important. So, the difference between a good hair day, and a bad hair day depends a lot on you. You know that? Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Okay, so I'm going to bring it over here now. So the good thing about these products is that it does leave the hair as hydrated as possible and moist as possible. One thing I do say is if you know you're going to do a roller set, don't towel dry the hair. Leave the hair as wet as possible if you're going to roller set, because the wetter the better. Do you guys see that part? Turn this way. So that's the part that I'm doing. And what I do is I comb the hair up and forward to try and get it as taut as possible, up and forward. And as I'm doing that, I am being conscious of the hair that's under it to make sure that it itself, I have to feel that it's also being kind of taut. So you do notice I'm using the green and the red. That, her hair is in layers, so she does have parts of it that are longer than other parts. So I'm taking that into consideration for the set. Okay. I remember I used to be horrible at putting in the clips, and I think in part it had to deal with my fear. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. So then I learned what I just told you guys. It's an inanimate object. It has to do what you tell it to do. So what is it that I want that clip to do? I want it to hold this roller as taut as possible for the duration of the roller set. So that means I have to do what I have to do to make sure it does that. So what does that mean? That means that you have to ensure that the way that the roller itself sits gives it room and space to do that. You know what I mean? Sorry, don't move your head over here. Huh? Oh, you're falling asleep? Yeah, that does happen. When you got good hands, your clients be going to sleep. They be like, wait a minute. And that's a good thing. You want that, because that's something that they look forward to. It means that they're feeling relaxed. It means that they feel good, So that's a good thing. Thank you. I take it as a compliment. So do you guys see what I did there? I made sure that I gave it space to put the clip in. Because I tell it what to do. It doesn't tell me what it's going to do. All right?
Oh, she had money before she married him. They had money before they got married. I'm sure they do share some kind of money. Right. But he also gifted her.
This is just water in here, guys.
So it's like he had
roller sets depend on being wet. So now here, I'm going to do a diagonal. And the reason for that is because I want this hair to come and fall this way. So if you guys have any questions, you can comment. I really don't do this for more than it's what I love. So you guys can comment. And those people that have been commenting, I genuinely want to thank you. I appreciate all the encouragement because I love that. I'm a person that I love to encourage, and I love to receive encouragement, you know. If you have any good constructive criticism, I take that too. I'm not one of those stylists that thinks I know it all. As a matter of fact, I know I don't know it all. And that's why I'm excited to take seminars and watch other videos and, you know, listen to advice that you guys give. As long as it's a genuine advice. I'm the kind of person I can separate foolishness from genuine. And so if your advice is genuine, believe me, it will be taken and it's appreciated. If it's foolishness, I just push it to the side, guys. Life lesson. Hashtag. Okay, so I will do this one also. Going towards the other side.
I don't understand though. Here, I told you the story about how he gets.
That's my mom in the back watching Dish Nation. We love that show. We love Ricky. We love Portia. We love Gary. Always have some tea. Gary with the tea.
Thanks, son. Where's my money? Well, it seems like Giselle Bundchen is the true definition of a ride-or-die chick. The supermodel candidly talked about the media frenzy surrounding the pregnancy of Tom's first child with ex-girlfriend Bridget Moynihan only 2 months into their relationship. All right now. That's right, honey. Giselle said, 2 months into our relationship, Tom told me his ex-girlfriend was pregnant. The very next day, the news was everywhere, and I felt my world had been turned upside down. Giselle then went on to say that she refers to Tom's son Jack, who is now 11 years old, as her bonus son. Yeah, that's a lot to take on. She had to. It came with a package.
Yeah, like Tom kicked the sexual field goal, and it just kind of worked out as he went to the new team.
Yeah, a little later on. I'm telling you, it really does happen. My first husband, I didn't know that he was like engaged before we got together.
You know, share that with like. So have you ever? What's the longest relationship have you ever been in? Have you ever been engaged?
They just kind of play it low. They play it low.
Perfect.
And try to see where your relationship is going, and then they break up fully with the person they get together. But for her, she's been a celebrity. Everybody knows, so she probably looked like a homewrecker.
Yeah, well, he was with this woman for 2 years. We were
All right,
for 2
guys.
years ago, so I mean, it's not like she wasn't somebody that just popped up.
I'm gonna put a pause, and I'll come back after I'm done with the perimeter, and once I'm about to start at the top, all right? The center. So we're back. We're gonna do the center now. So it did keep its moisture, fortunately. Just gonna re-wet it for safety.
Don't get burned by ordinary tissues. A nose in need deserves puffs indeed.
Alright.
Why are Optimum Internet customers so happy? It could be because Optimum is rated #1 in customer satisfaction. Or it could be because Optimum is also named the most reliable internet in the U.S. Or because we're rated #1 in value. Speaking of value, you can get Optimum Internet with unlimited data for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Not happy with your current provider? We'll help buy you out. Maybe that's why we're also rated #1 in customer loyalty. It's easy to become a happy customer. Just call 866-200-6466 today.
Dish Nation.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dish Nation. Now, I imagine everybody's phone was blowing up today, like around 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, for those who didn't throw their phone away, you got a chance to look and see it was a text message.
I like diagonal lines simply because they cover and don't make it look like you got the roller set lines. Although we are, again, we're going to blow it out.
It's the first national presidential alert message, which is a test to make sure we can all receive a message in case of a national crisis.
Supposedly.
Right.
Yeah.
Expect a national crisis. He's funny.
It's the government's way of hijacking our phones to put a listening device in everyone's home.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They can actually already do that.
Absolutely.
I was about to say, they don't have to file a lawsuit for that because it's already happening. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that are in your crib right now spying on you.
Yes.
Little little smart TVs that got the cameras in them.
Yeah,
your
computers.
Xbox connects, your computers. You know, but let's just say, like, I know people feel a certain way about the person who's running the country right now, or whatever, but if there was a particular celebrity that would send you an alert or a message if something was going down, who would you want that to be?
I would only accept a message from God or Oprah.
No, she did not.
Morgan Freeman playing
She said God or Oprah.
That's the next best thing.
Look, I'd rather have Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I would trust whatever you're sending to me.
Yeah.
He said, who?
Bill Cosby.
Is he got a phone in jail?
Yes. He called Camille every day.
No, he doesn't. Stop it. They are so full of too much. I cannot with them sometimes.
All right, y'all, it's time for
Yeah,
Royal Report.
Kate is back on her royal duty since giving birth to another heir to the throne. Let me sit.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but she's doing you. And like a true royal, Kate was off visiting the little commoners.
Here's Gary with the two too much.
At a local school. And the cameras caught this exchange and pick up.
Said, no, don't play me like that. They taking your picture. So how are you? Picturing you.
Figure that out later.
She
Exactly.
may look dusty, but she was not gone.
All right, you can't just tell little kids anything. You sure can't. No, you just said no, they're not. They're picturing you.
I like her riding boots.
No, that's how they dress down when they go to see the commoner.
Right.
She was ready for the dust in the dirt with some boots
You
on.
go blend in.
Right.
I'm trying to be a bitch.
She looked like she was about to go ride a horse.
Saying I'm gonna take the center section from the center.
Today.
Think of like, who came to visit?
The cat mottled the queen.
Hey, shut up, go clean your room.
Sometimes people try and put a British or English accent and it comes out so Jamaican. You know what I
You
mean?
still got that stiff neck from working out?
I can barely move my neck.
Well, I got the thing that's going to help. Now, if you got neck pain, the Pharma Doc Memory Foam Plus Cooling Gel Pillow is for you, and you.
Oh, really?
Yes, this console cooling gel pillow is made of an open cell memory foam that conforms to your neck shape while providing support. It has a layer of thermo-regulating gel that disperses body heat to keep you cool and comfortable all night.
Well, you know, I can't sleep on my belly right now because of the baby bump. So how will this help?
Portia, you gonna be good. Because the pillow not only offers the ideal level of
Yeah,
support,
she's like pregnant for real
but
pregnant.
it's also ideal for back and side sleepers. And these pillows are hypoallergenic and dust mite resistant.
I feel better already. I mean, how much does
Gary is too
We'll get a
much.
load of this, Gary. The Pharma Doc Memory Foam Plus Cooling Gel Pillow.
Now, I don't follow the rule of
viewers.
make sure that the section is not larger than the roller. I mean, it's true if you're doing a roller set, just to roller set it. But in my case, I'm roller setting it with the knowledge that I'm going to be blowing it out. So I don't worry too much about that. When I say blowing it out, I'm going to be hitting the roots. Okay? So you hit the roots a little bit, call it a day. I don't remember last time did I hit the roots? No. Oh, the second time I said when I did the roller set, I hit the roots, right? Yeah. So.
Tonight at Fridays, we feast, we eat, we drink.
So there's a show that she and I like to watch. It's called The Good Place. It's for Thursdays, right?
2 entrees, 2 desserts,
Yeah.
20 bucks
Thursdays, darn it.
only at Fridays.
I came back to work about a week after 9/11. I walked by Ground Zero every day on my way to work. I didn't know there were toxins in the air that could make you sick until I got diagnosed with colon cancer. That's when I called Parker Wakeman. They told me I qualified for the Victims' Compensation Fund. Parker Wakeman helped me. And if you have cancer or respiratory illness, they can help you too.
We are Parker Wakeman. We can help. 1-800-JUST-CALL.
Okay. I never thought I'd say this, but I found bladder leak underwear that's actually pretty. Surprised? It's called Always Discreet Boutique. It looks and fits like my underwear. I know what you're thinking. How can something this pretty protect? Hidden inside is a super absorbent core that quickly turns liquid to gel for incredible protection. So I feel protected and pretty. Always discreet boutique, new color, new size.
Tonight at Fridays, we feast, we eat, we drink, we laugh. Tonight, we feast. 2 wraps, 2 entrees, 2 desserts. $20. Only at Fridays.
Hey, whatever, it's your boy Tell Capone. Check this out. My brother Designer won't be flying for a while. Well, at least a certain airline. I'll tell you about it. Check it out. Designer was taking a European flight on SAS Airlines, and guess what? Yeah, he says a flight attendant.
Always remember diagonals, and essentially the idea is, like I said, when you're roller setting it, you're thinking about how you would have blown it out, how you would have curled it with a curling iron, and essentially that's what you do with the roller itself. And the other thing I do is, as I'm putting the clip in, I make sure that the base, the bottom part, the base, is actually going in under the hair to grip. See, once you put it in under, it grips and it'll keep the roller where you want it to be. And that also contributes to the roots getting as pressed as possible. You know what I mean?
Gripping stories. Don't push me. And intense moments.
Almost done. We're down to 2 rollers.
See it here, my 9.
Done. Call it a set.
It's our job to deliver it.
Weekdays at 11 and 12.
The other thing I do is I'm careful to angle the hair. I'm gonna see if I can show you. So when you see how that clip is here, I make sure that I place all the hair under it. Because I know it happens. Sometimes you comb the hair, you're not being conscious of where the hair is in relation to the other clips that have been placed. And what that does, keep your head taut, love. What that does is then it creates a little bit of a problem, because then you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to clip this hair? Well, if you're conscious of it as you're combing the hair, then you don't have to worry about that when you're rolling it. It will go right there. It won't really mess with the clip. Okay, and again, remember, you tell it what to do. It doesn't tell you what it's going to do.
Because Rambo is taking his fans into the wild, wild west. That's right, the famous character is now a cowboy. Now, Sylvester gave us a preview of the new improved Rambo on his Instagram. Take a look.
No, that's a joke.
Is he a cowboy or is he Rambo shooting up stuff with machine guns?
We don't know much, but he's a cowboy, and word on the street is his arch nemesis in this movie would be gout and arthritis.
Oh, see, I knew it was a joke. I knew it was a joke, because I was like, ain't no way.
Give it up for our Bull Brad.
Coming back with new episodes on October the 11th, and it seems like Brad, you're the star of the season.
Yeah, I'm not. Yes, you are. I'm not. I'm in it more than before, but I'm not the star.
But you're shining bright, baby. You sure are.
Okay, guys. So this is the roller set.
Over it.
Oh, wait, last night, honey.
So as you see it, you can imagine already what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? Because okay, so with the blow dryer, let's say we would have been blowing it out, we'd be round brushing it like this, so that's how it's roller set. We'd be blowing it out this way, this way, right? We'd be round brushing it like that. So that's what I did here. And then, of course, if you were to follow up with a press, if you were to follow up with a flat iron, or you were to follow up with where's the camera? If you were to follow up with a flat iron or with curling iron, that's what you would do. So that's what I do with the rollers itself. So guess what? We're gonna go under the dryer. I have the old school hooded dryer, but this one, can I tell you something? This is Conair Pro Style 1875 watt. And when I tell you it is the hair dryer from Mount Olympus, I kid you not, because it dries the hair so fast. What would normally take 45 minutes, it's done in 25. What would normally take 30 minutes is done in 15. Like, it legitimately, and it dries it down to the ends, you know? So it is very hot, but the fortunate thing is that it's not damaging to the hair. So we'll be back. Guys, we're back for the takedown. And that came out beautiful, baby. Here you go, guys. Thank you. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of the roller set so you can see how it came out. But essentially, you'll get the idea of what I mean. You do it as if you were roller setting and pressing. Look at how it looks. Look at that. Can you see that? It's too bright. There you go. Look at that. See? It looks like if I just curled it, right? With a curling iron or pressed it with a flat iron. So that's essentially the idea. That's what you want to do. You want to get it to look as if, there you go, I think that's good there. You want to get it to look like you would if you blew it out and pressed it. And then all you have to do is hit the roots and call it a day. Hey, do you guys know I love singing? Yeah, I went to LaGuardia High School. I was a vocal major, so I took classical music. One of my favorite beginner songs is Carro Mio Ben. Carro mio ben, credi mio almen. Senza di te languisce il cor. So that's one of the basic songs. How y'all like that roller set though? How is she though? How is she though? Gia Gunn, how is she though? How many of y'all like RuPaul's Drag Race? Every season I'm like, I'm never gonna watch it again. And every time it's off, I'm like, when is it coming back? I've written off RuPaul's Drag Race so many times in my life. But I always come back. I'm a glutton for the drama and the disappointment. Although season 10 was correct, Aquaria did deserve the crown. I feel she won it fair and square. Here we go. That's the set. It's the roller set. So I'm gonna let you guys also get to see the comb out. Okay, so this is the set. Okay. Focus. So I'll start blowing out the roots the same way that I did the rotor set. Well, not really. I'm gonna start from the back. All right. Put your head down, baby. So we're gonna hit the back. I always do that. Safety on the blow dryer. And then I do recurl it and pin it. Okay, so I blow out the root. Oh, I'm gonna have to pause because the Chinese food people is calling me. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am going to comb it out. I forgot I told you I was going to comb it out.
To decorate and
So you can see what it
learn how
looks
to
like.
get the ingredients and actually make it from my dad. He's an excellent cook.
Okay, him too. Well, nice to have you with us. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hi, LJ. How you doing? LJ Gaddis. I'm fine. Gulfport, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
A car detailer, huh?
Yes, sir. You bring your car to me dirty, when you leave it's pretty.
So detailing is more than just cleaning.
Yes, sir. You got to get inside and out. You got to make it look like it just came off the showroom floor.
There you go. Talk about your family.
Well, I'm married to my wonderful wife, Shay, for almost 5 years. We have 2 boys, James and Cedric, who are 10 and 9. They're autistic, and we just love them to death.
And you're a drummer.
Yes, sir. I'm a drummer at my church, Unbroken Ministries, and I love doing it.
Well, it's good to have you here. Good luck to you. You too, Tiffany. Tiffany Robinson came up from San Diego to be with us. And let's start with your family. Let's hear about that.
So y'all can get an idea.
I have a wonderful husband who works very hard for our family and makes it so I'm able to stay home with our 2 sweet, sassy, silly daughters. Carly, who's 4, and Sydney's almost 2.
Yeah. And you went to culinary school.
I did. I went to culinary school.
Are you putting that to use?
Yes, I worked in restaurants before I had children, and now I am a private event chef.
All right. Well, good to have you here as well. Get ready, everybody. We're going to do another toss-up. This one's worth $2,000. And the category is on the map. Tiffany.
Vienna, Austria.
That's it.
This is the bag. Alright.
You got $2,000. And you'll be spinning the wheel in a moment. Let's check the puzzle. The category is phrase. And now let's see
So to continue the blowing out. But you see these curls came out beautiful. But we could leave it just as is. It's essentially styled. So we could leave it as is. But we're going to blow out the
Well, there
roots.
are some teas, so you can pick up that gift tag.
Do some pin curls.
Courtesy of eBay.
For the day.
Plus, you have $1,000 in spendable money in front of you.
I'd like to buy an E.
And we can do that too. 3 E's.
So I am blowing it out in high heat to get the roots as straight as possible. Medium, I like the medium heat when the hair is wet. The high heat is to be able to get the roots as straight as possible. Makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean? This brush is a Chaz Dean one brush. I love it. You can part the hair with the end. It's great because it has the bristle and the plastic ones, so it's great for anything you're doing. Now you guys also know when you're blowing it for volume, you want to hit up, right? So I'll take the brush and and hit up. And once you get here, you're going to comb, lock it in, and pull up, up, up. I do it a few times just to make sure. And if you're noticing, I'm not taking the blow dryer down to, again, diagonals. I always do diagonals, right? I'm not taking the blow dryer down to the ends because the roller set did the job that we needed to do. So I just need the blow dryer to essentially take care of removing the roller mark. That honestly, there wouldn't really be left a roller mark. You guys were able to see that. A roller mark isn't left with that technique of roller setting. It does pretty good. Let me get another one, please. Thank you. Does pretty good without it. Don't worry if something fell. That's why I love this brush. Okay, so we're wanting this hair to come this way, right? So how are we going to blow it out? It looks like a horizontal part. I mean a vertical, because I'm going straight up, sorry baby. But it translates into a diagonal. So even though it is vertical, it translates on the head. If you're looking at the head, it translates into a diagonal. So it shouldn't leave a mark. And then I'm going to grip, take the, again, boar bristle and nylon. So I'm able to lock it in, pull the hair taut. So you can see, let me see if I can show you. There you go. See how taut it is? So once the heat hits it from the blow dryer, those roots will be pressed, essentially, without necessarily being pressed. Another thing I've noticed, you don't have to keep the comb itself so close to the root. You take it, and actually the more space that you create between the root and the brush, the better the heat is, because it's actually able to disperse. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So we'll take this here, and okay, so we could clip it this way, but when we let it out, it's gonna come down this way, right? So we're gonna clip it upward, and that sets it differently. It sets it totally differently. Alright, so now the next part. The next part, I will be parting it from this way, like just lean down this way. I'm going to be parting it from the crown area, diagonal back. Alright? Because we still want this one to come back here. Then when we get to the center, it's going to be straight back, and then these, on this side, the left side, we're going to be pulling it towards the right. Okay? So, blowout continues. So the first part I'm going to hit is this part. We got the root. Get it over here. Now I can bring it up. Remember, that creates volume. So again, we're going to pin curl it, but pin curl it going up. up and back. Now we're gonna hit the center part. I love this brush. You can order it on QVC actually. They have different sizes. This is the medium size. They have a smaller one that gives you actually smaller curls. It leaves the hair just as if you had, just as if you would have done a roller set. It makes wonderful, wonderful curls, wonderful waves. I'll probably do a video with that. I'll probably do a video with that. But again, you go, take the brush, get a good grip. And as you may know, using the thumb helps, right? So as you take the hair to grip it, turning helps grip, right? Lock the hair. So as you do that, once it's in place, your thumb goes in between, gripping the hair. You don't have to push your finger in. You don't want to like get punctured by bristles, but you keep it there to hold it taut, and that helps to straighten that root. Again, this is the Babyless blow dryer. Roller sets are good because it's not direct heat. I used to say, but why do you call it not direct heat? You're sitting directly under a dryer that's blowing heat. Well, what that means is the apparatus that gives the heat to the hair, that air is not coming within, close proximity to this hair, to the hair. There's no chance of that heat from the hood going directly on it. Whereas the blow dryer comes within less than an inch of distance, so that is direct heat. A flat iron definitely is direct heat because it goes right on the hair, so you're able to avoid certain things. So that's why it's not considered a direct heat style. Now this part, I'm not gonna blow the root straight from here. Why is that? Good question. The reason, I look pregnant. The reason I don't do that is because if I blow that part out, that hair, gravity is naturally going to bring it down. So if I blow that part downward, it's already going down. So the best thing I can do is blow the front part, and I'm going to call it the dorsal or the bottom part. That will get the top part straight enough, all right? And sometimes you do want a little bit of texture at the root because that will provide the volume that the client wants. So we'll start from the bottom. Let me see if I can move the camera to put it right here. See if that works. That works. Too much light. It's reflecting. Okay, that doesn't work. Sorry, guys. But you get the point. You get the gist of it. Right? And I do sweat a lot, if you're wondering. All that needs. Okay, and remember we're gonna pin it going upward, up and out, right? So remember, when it comes to hair, you tell it what to do, essentially. So any things you have to do to fix it, to make sure that the hair you're gonna blow out next doesn't interfere with the rest of it, do it. Do it. You know what I mean? If you have to repart it, no problem. So there's very little direct heat that's being transferred here, and that's a good thing, right? How long does this style last? It depends on you. If you know how to pin curl your hair, then it'll last you as long as you want it to. So it's up to you to see how long it lasts. It can last you a week. It can last you 2 weeks. Well, maybe 2 weeks is pushing it, but it can last you a week. If you wrap it, it'll come out nice. It's gonna have its volume. That's it. Okay, so we're almost done with the blowout, guys. I still haven't gotten a light for that side. I think that will make a difference. I'm gonna have to do that soon. I'm gonna have to get a light for that side soon. See that empty space right there? If I put a light there, it'll give light to this side. I'll be able to move the camera or the phone. I'm actually recording off of my Samsung. It's a Galaxy 8. Might I say that I feel that the camera from the Galaxy 8 is better than the 8 Note, because this is the 8 and I'm able to record and there's very little adjusting, right? So I like it. So we're eating chinos. That's what I'm going to be having for my din. I might eat it, I might not, depends. But I'm definitely going to be having me some Little Debbie's with coffee. Okay. All right, so this is so far what we have. I only have a little bit more to blow. I have just this part, the top part, to blow out. Thank you for riding with me, guys. I appreciate it. So this part, I'm gonna work it going back. And the reason for that is if I work it out going back, when I take it down, it'll have the volume and it'll naturally give me a pull towards the back. All right. So I did give her a diagonal part on the left side coming towards the center. That's how she naturally likes to part it, and I think it is her natural part. That's how her hair naturally wants to be. So you can see what I'm talking about here. See how I'm putting the brush to go in. It's gonna go in. Let me see how I can do it. It's gonna go in, and as I put it to the root, I turn a little bit, that locks it. Then I take my thumb, grip the hair, and that gives me a little more tension. So the dryer, the heat, just goes right there. I don't have to do much. Again, you're noticing now I do let the heat that's there, I use the brush to move some of the heat, transfer some of the heat down. Now, which way am I gonna pin curl it? Am I doing it this way? No. I'm pin curling it going up. Remember, gravity is a reality. Now you use gravity to work with you. So my next section is going to be the front section. That way it doesn't interfere when I do this part here. Alright. So for the front, I will start blowing it out from the front. Now you don't want to remove all of the texture because you want that texture, natural texture, to give it also the volume. So I won't actually hit it too much. So again, I use the brush to naturally transfer some of that heat, and you'll feel the heat transfer down at least to the mid shaft of the hair. So there we have it. Let's take off that charger. There we have it, guys. Then next I'll come back when we comb it out. So I do let it set. We're gonna eat, chit chat, gossip, catch up on the day, and I keep looking over there like the camera's there. I should be looking here, right? So and then we'll chit chat. I'll come back to talk to you. Bye, guys. That's the set.
Yeah, so they say it's gonna take about 6 months to finish this album. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, babe. I know you want to be here with me. Look, I gotta go, okay? But I love you.
Love you too.
Volume galore.
Secure talent, marketing, and music for the film.
And you know what? I actually like the tone that the Gwen gives the hair. I like the tone. It's a nice tone. You see that color?
I wanted to say I'm sorry that I slipped away without saying anything.
I like it.
You know, I had a lot to drink, so
I like it.
whatever happened between us.
So it's good to play with the hair. Sorry. Oh, you fell asleep. So it's good to play with the hair, see what you can do with it. I'm over here pointing the camera the wrong way.
Well, we were all supposed to meet at the studio, but Star has an appointment and Alex is doing some live thing up the grade, so I'm just waiting around as usual. Okay, put yourself first. Put some rules in place.
There you go.
Thank you. And I would never leave you waiting.
What the hell are you doing in my office?
I already told you.
Look, you may be my boss, but I'm not your bitch material.
We were actually just finishing up the mock-up for the
There you go.
movie to
Well,
take two of our
that's
artist
it.
careers to the next level.
All right.
When she gets home, she'll probably wrap it up and then have just the volume and the bump. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, all right? Bye. I wanted to show y'all how it looks after it's brushed.
I need to tell you something. In the strictest confidence.
Sorry, had to get some blood work done.
So, Gravity Media is going after a hot movie script, and they want you to write a song for the soundtrack.
So that's it brushed out?
You need to tell him that this isn't a drive-through. You can't just order up a track.
You saw what Kendrick did for TDE with Black Panther? This could be a good opportunity for Take 3.
This is the hair brushed out.
Or you individually. You want to announce it this afternoon at the press junket. So,
See that volume right there?
I need you to read the script. Start writing.
Look at that, look at
Now
that.
that we're all working together again, can we
See?
promise to respect each other's time?
I had a doctor's
You really
appointment.
appreciate the color and everything. So, I legit just brushed it out. And that was it.
Say some more?
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, guys, holler. Let me know what you think.